Oh, hello there. It must be December 2nd. Time to drink our second whiskey on the Advent calendar. Let's do it. Today we got Evan Williams, 1783, small batch. Evan Williams is distilled and aged by Heaven Hill Distillery. I believe it's the biggest family-owned distillery in the United States. It's 90 proof, just like the Buffalo Trace, so it's a little more than the minimum that you have to be called a whiskey in the States, which is 40%. So it's 45% on this one, but not too much. Easy, should be an easy sipper, should be pretty easy to get going on. I've actually never had this before, so I'm pretty excited to give it a try. They just revamped the brand. So Evan Williams 1783, which is one of their main small batch products, kind of like a higher end than the normal bottom shelf Evan Williams black label stuff you might see. It used to come in like a round bottle. I think it was like 86 proof, and they decided to change things up a bit. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe to set it apart from the black label Evan Williams a little bit more, make it a little bit more premium. I think it went up in price like $5 or so, but I mean, I think it's still only like 20 bucks. It's not that much. I'll check my Excel sheet. Let me know if you want to know. But let's get this sucker cracked. Oh, it's going for the cork pop. Fooled me. Screw cap. All right. I'm gonna measure carefully. Don't want anyone to end up with, less than what they paid for. But if you do end up with one that's a little less than you paid for, and probably just evaporate it or something. Give it a little swirl. I think sometimes with like higher proof bourbons especially, swirling it around helps get kind of the ethanol out a little bit more so you can smell what the bourbon's actually about. This is, again, 90 proof. I don't think we need to do too much of that, but let's see what we got. Okay, so Heaven Hill is pretty widely known for having a certain funk to their products, like kind of an oaky funk and like peanuts that they pick up in Heaven Hill. I don't get a ton of peanuts personally in Heaven Hill products, but this one right here, I do get both of those. I get a little bit of nuttiness, but really this like kind of cool oak funk that I like. I like a lot of Heaven Hill products. So I like to smell a lot. I taste a little less of the oak and a little more of that the nuttiness. It took me a long time. Like I've heard a lot of people talk about like nuttiness in bourbons, and it always took me a long time to pick up on that. But when I did, it's you're not tasting a nut or peanut butter or anything like that in a bourbon. You're tasting a bourbon that has those sorts of notes. But that's, for me, it's more like you get like a peanut buttery sort of vibe from the bourbon. And I get a little bit of that on this. Easy to drink, like zero finish at all. So this is definitely like an easy sipper, probably pretty good in a cocktail. But I don't get any of that bite on the back end or even on the mid palate. So yeah. Easy to drink bourbon, pretty simple, not too complex. This was the first pour. Maybe when there's a little bit of air that gets into it, it'll get a little bit more to it. But yeah, that's Evan Williams, 1783. Certainly can't complain. Decent pour. If you like that and you want to try something that has a little bit more bite, and I think I might give this a go just because I do feel like this didn't really have a ton of bite, you might want to go to the Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. Any bottled in bond product you find, it has to be at least 100 proof, and so 50% ABV. This is widely heralded as being one of the best values you can buy in bourbon. So if you dug the 1793, the nose or the taste, thought it was good and want something a little bit extra, go for this one. It's actually cheaper. I think this is like a $16 bottle. Not very much at all. Just look for the Evan Williams white label. It's sold in most spots. And if you want to step it up from there, there's an Evan Williams single barrel product that'll run you back like 30, 32 bucks before tax. A little bit harder to find, but I wouldn't call it hard to find. Just not something that grocery stores carry, so you might want to go check out a liquor store for that one. But it's supposed to be very good. I've not tried that one myself. Well, I hope you enjoyed this nice December 2nd tasting. Hope Evan Williams did you right. I think it did me okay. It might grow on me a little bit. And I might have to try this guy out and maybe compare it in a second. But happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy.